Full throttle against Congress, says will campaign against party in the Lok Sabha elections. Day-long fast begins tomorrow. Telecom Minister Sibyl defends Chidambaram in 2G spectrum allocation. BJP says it won't relent on a probe. Farmers' blockade enters fifth day. Punjab cabinet fails to come up with any formula to end deadlock. And fog, rain, snow, winter reveals its bearings as North India gears up for the harsh weather and days ahead. We begin with news that's just come in. The protest of 17 farmer unions entered its fifth day today, even as Punjab cabinet announced that it has waived off the pending bills of tube well connections amounting to almost crores. The decision was taken in a cabinet meet. Earlier, farmers blocked the Amritsar-Jalandhar road at Beas, disrupting traffic, and today too it was no different. Devotees of the Radha Swami Dera were forced to take the old bridge, which is declared dangerous by the government, to reach their destination. The farmers are demanding free power and waiver of debt. Another top story, Anna Hazare has returned to haunt the Congress. The anti-corruption crusader today vowed not to stop attacking the party over Lokpal bill till the next Lok Sabha elections, which is a good 2 years away. On the eve of his day-long fast protest against the Parliamentary Standing Committee report on Lokpal bill, Anna Hazare accused the government of cheating the country. The social activist said he suspected that Congress General Secretary Rahul Gandhi was behind Standing Committee rejecting even Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's promise to include the Citizens' Charter, lower bureaucracy and establishment of Lokayuktas in the states.
उन्होंने जो लेटर लिखा और स्टैंडिंग कमेटी में जो तीन मुद्दे आए, स्टैंडिंग कमेटी ने भी इनकार किया। इसके पीछे हमें संदेह है इसका चलाने वाला राहुल गांधी हो सकता है। उनको लगता है कि हमारे आंदोलन से कुछ नहीं होगा, एक दिन दिखाई देगा, कुछ नहीं होगा या होगा, क्या होगा वो दिखाई देगा। आगे तो 5 राज्यों में जाएंगे, 2 साल तक हम लगे रहेंगे इसमें, जब तक ये लोकपाल बिल, सशक्त लोकपाल बिल नहीं आता तब तक लोगों में जागृति करते रहेंगे। और राष्ट्रीय इलेक्शन आएगा, उस टाइम पर फिर से देश भर घूमेंगे।
And in Punjab, while the People's Party of Manpreet Singh Badal has decided to pledge support to Anna Hazare with a gathering in Chandigarh tomorrow, Chief Minister Prakash Singh Badal too has backed Anna. In Amritsar, the Chief Minister said people were forced to resort to such tactics when corruption consumed their lives.
जे इहदे नाल कोई टुटदी होवे गल फिर तो कोई हर्ज भी नहीं। Nobody is above law. Law तो सब तो ही है होना चाहिए। मैं नहीं आता कि ये प्राइम मिनिस्टर को कमी है, कोई होर अगे तो कोई आ सकता है। जरा कोई हुण देखो ना, सेंटर के मिनिस्टरां तो तक कोई वड्डी गल नहीं हुंदी। रोज एक नवा मिनिस्टर पड़ता है, हर रोज। अज नवा होर आ गया, कल हो गया, एवरी डे एक करप्शन के दायरे विच घेरे विच एक सेंटर का नवा मिनिस्टर आ जाता। तो जे आप आखिए भी सेंटर के मिनिस्टरों को घेरे तो बाहर कर दे, और नाल भी है कि जिहड़ी कैबिनेट की जिम्मेवारी है वो जॉइंट रिस्पांसिबिलिटी होंदी है कि जे एक मिनिस्टर की है तो सारी कैबिनेट की है। इस तरह की जिहड़ी अपनी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है उसका मतलब ये होंदा जॉइंट रिस्पांसिबिलिटी।
My guest today is a political scientist, Professor Paul Wallace from the University of Missouri in the US. He is an old Punjab hand and has worked extensively on terrorism. He has also been a consultant on South Asia to the US Senate Foreign Relations Committee. Well, thank you so much, Professor Wallace, for being with us this evening.
It's a pleasure.
Professor Wallace, before we go to Punjab and Kashmir, but you know, if we first look at, as a political scientist, if we first look at what is happening on a national front, which is Anna Hazare, how do you see Anna Hazare phenomenon panning out?
I think Anna Hazare is part of a worldwide movement, and it's very exciting. It started perhaps in February with the Arab Spring, where this vegetable dealer committed suicide and started a whole grassroots movement, a Gandhian-type nonviolent movement, spread to Egypt, and it's spreading around the world.
Yes.
Now, whether Anna Hazare is directly affected by that or not, it's a similar grassroots movement. What the effect will be, we'll see. But he's also stimulated movements on issues other than corruption, too. In Manipur, it deals with the Armed Forces Special Protection Act. And there are other kinds of movements around India.
You know, you've traveled a lot, you've written so much, but how do you see this as a, you know, as a democracy, as us handling this movement?
Well, I say essentially very positive, without being pro or anti any political party, because I'm pro-India, and that's been for a long time. It's a grassroots movement, which means it mobilizes from below, and it gives a vehicle for people to express themselves. And that's really the basis of democracy. Openness, transparency, participation, where people now are more active. And if you look at Team Hazare, you see this middle-class phenomena that is beginning to get some comments. A New York Times article in the United States, very long, big article, said the dormant middle class is now waking up in India for political participation. Now, whether that's a direct offshoot of the Anna Hazare movement or not, it's one of those rivulets that go into making a river.
You know, because very correctly, the middle class has taken to Team Anna, you know, like you would have never imagined, with the kind of fast he's had, the kind of movement he's moved, people coming in from cities to small places, everybody's out there for an anti-corruption.
That's really refreshing, because consumerism has become so prominent among the middle class and the urban elite, the urban parts of the population in India, to see an interest in civic issues is really refreshing.
Yes, you know, but you know, one would say, yes, he's got the middle class mindset, he's got the pulse, right? But then critically, if you look at it, they would also say it is primarily a television movement. I mean, it's media, you know, who has played it up to an extent, and he's left out a huge section of society. Would you agree to that?
Well, it depends how you define media now. I mean, we all are familiar with television, but if you look at the Arab Spring, it was social networks that were so important.
Yes.
If you look at the flash mobs or flash groups of people that suddenly appear, and it seems entertainment, I think that's the next wave that's coming in. They'll be carrying political messages. There's one from Tamil Nadu now that apparently is going to express itself in Delhi in the near future. So media in a whole variety of ways, but media that involves lots of people and begins to tap the grassroots. But in India, do you really tap the grassroots unless you deal with the poor, unless you deal with rural areas? And that's a next wave. When it comes, I don't know, but that will be a next wave.